think the biggest problem is that Albertans, I guess they value their popularity, and not just Albertans and not all Albertans, but a lot of Albertans value their popularity, and Canadians, as a matter of fact, they value their popularity over their freedom, and I think that's the problem. You've got to get people to understand that all of these other things don't mean anything if you lose your freedom. You won't be very popular when you're enslaved. And I just, between political correctness and affirmative action, I think those are the two most dangerous tools that the left have. And with political correctness and affirmative action, they were effectively able to silence any opposition to any of the less leftist policies that were coming down the pike. And that's exactly what the NDP and the left do now. They're continuing to use those tools. Those are the two most effective tools in their toolbox. The political correctness, they silence your speech, they silence your thought. Anything that they don't agree with are able to silence you with political correctness. Affirmative action has worked perfectly because what it was intended to do was divide people. It was intended to divide races. It was intended to divide genders. And those two things, I think, have been the most destructive tools that have been used to thwart freedom in the United States and in Canada. So unless people can see through those things and understand how they're being manipulated and the propaganda behind those things, it's going to be a long climb up that hill. Albertans have a chance to lead the way. They have the chance to be pioneers again, as they were back in the late 1800s. They need to step forward and say, we're not going to be under the iron fist of Ottawa any longer. We're going to claim our place in history. We're going to claim our freedom. We are going to become Americans, the 51st state, and we're going to write a charter or a constitution that reflects our values and where we want to go. Until they do, they will continue to be in bondage. They don't know they're in bondage, a lot of them, but if they look at what's happening to the resources, whether it's mining or timber, that are being shut down to stifle growth in Alberta, once they recognize that they can't get out of that system unless they make a major move, it'll only get worse.
That's it, yeah. And those mineral